Hey y'all, welcome to the video. I hope y'all enjoy this video. This is gonna be lesson number 1 on Python. Lesson number 1. Alright, so after you all get done with this course, y'all be able to learn about data analysis and all the things that go with Python. It's like you gonna enjoy this language. This is a programming language that not a lot of people get into, but this is a highly recommended course. And after learning this, you'll be able to do plenty of things. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead in lesson 1. In lesson 1, we're gonna be talking about the basics of Python and creating variables, storing numbers, strings, and booleans. And we're gonna start by creating variables. Alright, so creating variables starting at lesson 1, names. Alright, so right here, if you all want to go into this course on your own, y'all can feel free to do so. The app is called Mimo. You can call it whatever you want to. Alright, so basically this is lesson 1. Okay, so Python is basically a good programming language for beginners and experts. So plenty of people use it. NASA for data, the people that store backend, they use data analysis and stuff. And that's why this language is really good for you. So this is a language of choice by many companies and popular pick for personal projects. You can use it for automating tasks, for you don't have to do things on your own, for like Instagram, how you see them posting and without just see this thing about you have to realize when you press post, when you post a post on Instagram, is a whole bunch of code that go into that, whole bunch of things that like we're gonna learn later in the journey. But yeah, basically this is a popular pick. This language is a popular pick, and you can use it for automating tasks, getting ahead on work and analysis and machine learning and much more. Basically, if you're in school, you can use the calculators in your computer, and then you can, instead of buying calculators, you can make your own calculator. And no matter how complex a program is, it begins with a single line of code. This first line is usually a variable. Programs use variables to remember information. For you don't have to remember it yourself. For the computer can remember it. It's just like moving boxes. Variables have content and names that tell us what is inside. So basically, you see this box in this image. This is almost like a variable we are going to learn. It's just like naming a box. And feel free to take notes for you can quicken your journey of learning Python. So first, we want to create a variable. But first, we need to make a name for it. Variable names need to be single words, and basically, thing is to have no spaces in between your variable, because if you do, you're going to return an error. Like for instance, the first option down below of this right here, this is wrong right there. Do not choose that because that has a space in between. And we see the valid answer is going to be city because it has no spaces in between two words. And it's only one word. So we're going to press this check our answer. See, that's the correct way to name a variable in your code. If we want to make a variable with multiple words, we use snake case. Snake case means using an underscore, or you can call it snake case, you can call it an underscore, either or, to connect the additional word. So if you want to use more words like home and the word school, You don't have to have it bunched together. You can have it with in between a snake case in between them two words. Okay, so there you go. This is one way to use two words. So basically, to help us understand what's inside the variable, we need to make a good name for when we come back and look at our code. At the end of the day, we know exactly what it is. So the first option, HCP, when you have got into your third, fourth, or fifth line of code, you probably will be confused when you see HCP. So instead, we want to use home underscore city underscore province. This will be a more descriptive option to choose. And when you look up, you can just see. When you look up from your keyboard, you can just see it clearly. So what do computers use variables for? What do we use variables for? Okay, you can pause the video right now and resume it when you get the answer. Alright, so the answer is to remember information. What is wrong with this variable name? Okay, what is wrong with this variable name? You can pause the video at this time. Alright, so the correct answer is there is a space between the words. Yeah, remember, just like what I said before, there cannot be spaces in between the word. So what do we use snake case for? We use it to either option 1, you can go ahead and start thinking. If you haven't, you can go ahead and choose between the option 1 or the option 2. So the first option says to create variable names with spaces, or to create variable names with multiple words. Okay, this time you can pause the video. So right here, we want to use the second option. Alright, so right here in the next part, it says, why do we give variables descriptive names like city or population instead of C or P? You can pause the video this time. Alright, so the reason why we use descriptive names is, once again, to make the process easier. It'll probably take, a couple more seconds to just type out the full word, but at the end, it will be profitable for you. Or very, it's gonna pay off. It just said it's gonna pay off. So the answer is we use city or population instead of C or P to help us understand what is inside of them. So pick the most descriptive variable. The most descriptive variable would be high underscore score. The reason why high underscore score or snake case score would be more descriptive is because once you look at high, you know what high is. You look at score, you know what that is. Instead of putting H and S, you probably think it's high school, or you can think of other words that have H and S. Alright, next. Correct. Add the right signs to create a snake case variable. So the snake case is like an underscore, and it asks us to basically put the underscore in between because we want to make a valid valid code. Yeah. So total, snake case, cash, snake case, amount. There we go. So we want to make a descriptive variable. Once again, a descriptive variable is basically the script variable, variable. Script variable is basically something that you can easily read. Easily readable. So basically, it's easily read. Excuse my writing. But yeah, create a descriptive variable name. So we want to go ahead and make a descriptive variable name. We'll input numbers first, underscore, a snake case, of, underscore, request. Instead of M-O-R, that's too hard to remember. So we're going to go ahead and keep this simple, like how you see it right now. Number, underscore, of, underscore, request. That's simple. And also, feel free to comment and leave any questions you may have before I can resolve it, or where I can help you out with it. I'll be more than happy to do that. So finish naming this variable by coding request. So this is your time to pause the video and find a solution or how you solve this. So right here, we know we can solve this by typing in request, as they tell us to, frame request. This is correct. Great job. Alright. So, good job. You all have finished the first lesson on your pathway to this wonderful journey. I promise you will enjoy this and come back to this video, be like, man, I'm so glad that I clicked on this video. Now I know how to make these robots and make these structures, and you don't really love this. So again, if you have any questions, you can just leave it inside the comments. I would love to answer them. So thank you. Have a great day. Thank you, and have a great day.